Hey Jim, the quarry. Just get a little bit more clearance on my workbench here. It's amazing how much junk I have piling up here. Stuff that I should learn to put away after I've used it. Nope. Just leave it all hanging around. Ready to clutter my next job up. What is there, a mosquito hanging around here? Cracky. No end to these nasty critters. Alright, yeah, we've got a 6S Plus here. And it's got a wee bit of a kick in it. Let's see, not so much this, just here. Which is pretty typical. And of course the screen's broken. That is the protector, but the screen underneath it is also broken. So it's pretty standard job. I'm only doing this because I figured people might be bored on their lunch break or something like that and want to have an excuse to get online and chat. Okay, now I've got to find my... there we go. Someone's got to wear their glasses while they do that. Christian, I think it dived from about 1 meter height into concrete. I know what you're talking about. I do know up here in the northern tropics we do actually have a lot of activity with regards to preventing the bends and proper chambers to try and restore people's health after they've come up a little bit too quick, things like that. Hey Pedro, thought you'd be out and about chasing MacBooks, expanding your enterprise as it were. Jim, day 4 in bed, that's not good. Okay, this one I have... why am I taking these off for? Hey Jane Zimmy. Hey Greg. Ron. Jim, not happy to hear that you're in bed. Sorry, can't be good. I know you wouldn't be in there unless you had to be. So sorry to hear that. Okay. By the way, for those who don't know, Jason Vollmer of SDS Telecom, he made his 100,000 subscribers last night, so he'll get himself a nice silver plaque in the mail soon, which is good. I'm not sure if he deserves it. He doesn't put out many videos, and yet he seems to attract quite a bit of attention, so I'm naturally going to feel jealous about that, but if I want to pick up any of his attention, I'm going to have to be nice to him. Okay, where is that kick? It's right about there. It's not a massive kick, but it's enough that if I try to put the glass on it, it's going to, in this particular configuration, it'll spit up the corner somewhere, and then the person's going to maybe catch that on something and it'll split apart, and they won't be happy, and then I won't be happy because they'll want it screen replaced for nothing or something. So we use the chassis torture tool. This only works for phones up to the 6S, 6S Plus. You can't really use this on the iPhone 7s and onwards. The metal they have used in the 7 and onwards, it's too much like spring steel. Noosa, he hasn't done much in the way of videos in well over a year now. So yeah, personally I think he's been pretty damn slack. crikey. Every single time. Every single time I forget that I actually need to drill these out more. Maybe I should just do that now. There's, see, not enough width. Yeah, I'm gonna go drill this out now. So I need, what was it, 1/4 inch? I really prefer to have all four when it comes to a broad fold, broad bend like this. And I think for the last 5 years that I've had this thing, I keep telling myself I have to put the extra holes in. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, I'm just going to get the drill and I'll be back in a second. So get it wider. What? Body waxing? What? Obviously missed quite a few conversations. Let's see what what bits I've destroyed in this collection. Yeah, too big. You always have a large number of the bits you don't need. Okay, still too big, too big. What's it, 6.5? Too small? How typical. Masonry. Spade. I do like spade bits. This is a terrible way of keeping them. They're all blunt and everything like that, but you don't really see me caring too much. Perfect. One day I'll invest in a bit sharpener tool and everything will be fine again. So who is he referring to being waxed? Because obviously I'm not going to watch that now. Let's see, drill, high speed. I really need a sacrificial piece of wood here. Crikey. How is it I don't have a sacrifice? Come on. In this room, I should have so much wood. guess it's just going to have to be cardboard. It's not really ideal to use cardboard as a sacrificial material, but we're going to do it. Erica said you should be shilling board view and body wax. Why? Why body wax? It's weird. You people are very strange. Alright. Now, if this spins around and slashes my internals and you see blah, then don't worry about it. It really shouldn't with this particular project, but anyway, I'm going to hold it there. I'll put the fume extractor on. Someone didn't tighten up the chuck. Yep. Yeah, see? Not much good. That was better. At least it's not sheet metal. I think we did all right. Sheet metal, drilling into sheet metal is actually what gives me the greatest fears. I have nightmares about that stuff. So does my thumb. My thumb can tell you stories about the times that Paul cut sheet metal or drilled into sheet metal and wasn't secured enough. I've had the material was secured, but it was not enough. That was an exciting day. Lots of raspberry jam flying everywhere. Alright, should do the trick. Let's see. Pedro, you might have to Facebook that to me so I can get it after. Although I suppose I could scroll back. Dial 00 and all goes wrong. Yep. Okay. I don't have any headphones to hear anything on this machine, so yeah. So I'll have to catch up for it afterwards. Alright, and thankfully we do have enough room there. Do not put that one face up, that's got a burr on it. Hey Wade. Where's the damn camera? Oh, typical, the camera gets caught out there. And I like to use these plastic spudges as the member that crushes down on the wood. Oh, Christian. Oh, what operating system were you trying to do that? That was on Linux, was it? Hello, Irilla Neko, Nico. Oh, what now? Right, that was Jim. Alright, so now we engage the Crushinator. And hopefully don't stuff up too much. So you always have to overbend slightly though. If you don't overbend, then it won't restore back straight. It will just be stupid. So the trick is to know how far you can overbend it, so such that you don't go beyond the yield point. Because if you go beyond the yield point, then it won't bounce back. There is a little bit of a flex on this circuit board, but it's not bad. Oh, schmeck. Okay, that one's... yeah, that one needs to be pushed back. This one's good now. This one needs some definite work. Still smack around about there. It is a little bit slow and annoying and painful, but I did buy one of those G-Tool straighteners, but they ended up being complete crap. Goddamn hair keeps falling in my face. Nah. Wishful thinking, Paul, wishful thinking. Okay. And I'm only going to bother securing this corner here. We're not going to put any pressure on this side, it's all going to just be on that side. No, this is a 6S Plus, not a 6 Plus. There's no M1 jumper on this one. And hello, Byron. Pedro, I actually got the prizes at school for metalwork and woodwork. You wouldn't believe it, but I really did. But it wasn't because I was actually any good at it. It was more because the theoretical side of it was about a 50% of the test. And I got 100% on the theoretical, and then I sort of just marginally made it through on the practical. But collectively, I was ahead. But yeah, you do get a feel for the various yield points. Sometimes you just got to do it one side at a time. I believe the term they used back then was nerd. I didn't care for it. Oh yeah. It's still not perfect, but I think see, what some people do is they just grab it like this and push like that. The trouble is you only discover the yield point after you've found it, and what happens is you go and then it goes zwink, and you have a nice little problematic bend. And typically you can't get it back. You can't get it back because what's happened is you've distorted the metal too much. You've stretched it out. And so when you do try to bring it back, all that happens is it just crumples up everything. The yield point of a C's, but oh yeah. And you can feel it coming. But it's just too late. Particularly if you're really putting your back into it. And you feel that nice release of tension, and it's like, no, too late, she's gone. All you can do is spot weld it and blame it on the next person. Modulus of elasticity, yes, that's certainly one term that could be used. I did try with the iPhone 7 and 8 chassis and it was just like, nah. You have to bend them at least as a cold, if you're doing cold working of the metal, you've got to bend them too far to get any effect, which is always a concern if you do get an iPhone 7 or 8 or any of the new ones in and it's got a distinct bend in the chassis, then you really do just want to get the data off that thing and run away, because to get a bend into them like that takes a massive amount of instantaneous pressure and bending. Okay, that's good. On cars, you just got to use grinders and body putty. For the grinders were for the it's a welding perfection tool. So you weld and then you grind it to perfection. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's going to be a little bit of lift in this corner up here, but it's not enough to keep chasing it now. It's at the point where I'll probably overshoot and just end up fatiguing it, so there's no point. Okay, job done. Yeah, now I've got blimmin' MDF everywhere. I hate this stuff. I used to love MDF. Don't know what you guys might call it overseas, but medium density fiberboard. But the trouble is when you machine it or work with it or anything like that and it dusts up like this, it is nasty. So I'll try and wet it down. Not to mention it blunts the hell out of your tools. I don't know what it is about it, but I find the tools go blunt very quickly with this when you're machining and working on MDF. Oh, it's called MDF there too? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, pine is certainly a better choice, and particularly now that they have the what do they call it? Where they just sandwich lots of small lengths of pine, and usually in opposing grain format, so you end up with a board that tends to stay fairly flat. I particularly like that style of board now. I'd definitely take it over MDF. Yeah, it's kind of a laminate. I guess when I think of laminate, I sort of think of ply type laminate, but I suppose it's a single layer laminate. Yeah, not plywood. No, I've got a big board of it over there. LDL, low density, what? Low density laminate. No, definitely not particle board. We call that stuff wheat bix or chipboard here. Get water near that stuff and it doubles the size. Bugger off, bug. The joy of the tropics. Bugs everywhere. It's hot, it's humid, and if I'm gonna suck that fella right into my windpipe soon. And that will not be a pretty sight. junk. Whoops. Laminated veneer lumber. That sounds a bit closer. Why? I can't get the screen out because the idiots stuck it down. Oh. Loathe and despise that they use these highly adhesive tabs. Like they've got a pull section here that isn't adhesive, but the rest of it is extremely good at bonding. And you got more chance of tearing the flex than you. Yeah. LVL for beams. Okay, it must be about the same stuff we're talking about then, because yeah, I do see it being used for manufactured beams here. It has a lot more predictability about it. Yeah, you don't have to spend half a day in the lumberyard trying to find a piece of hardwood that will do the job, and then wonder when you get home and you face off the ends or something that it's just going to unravel on you. I mean, it shouldn't, but it happens often enough. Come on. I was expecting to get an iPhone 10 in today, but they didn't turn up yet. It's a bit annoying. Let's see, what's Jim got here? Laminated veneer lumber. Okay, no, it's different to that. Yeah, I know the easiest thing I'll do. I'll just go grab the big sheet of it and you can have a look. Hopefully I won't die. I need to cut this down so that I can actually put it on the workbench again. I had it before. As soon as you see it, you go, oh yeah, that stuff. Yeah, this stuff. See how it's got all the segments, and it's so basically it's a whole bunch of what is that, 50 by 20 lengths just sandwiched together. Ach, niemand, come on. Stop it. Gotcha. Come on, clip in. Good. Hey, Ian Morris. And Robert Schumacher. Schumacher. I think I'll give names a rest today. Oh, nice to not have bugs. -10. Yeah, that's slightly cool. Okay. So we're going to have to put some more tape down here. Where is my bag of tapes? Now, for the love of God, please nobody send me one of those tape dispenser things that you see selling for $200 or whatever they are. I'm perfectly fine with my roll of tapes in a bag that I just pull out, clip off a length, put back in the bag, and all is good and dandy. Those tape dispensers, the first thing I saw when I looked at them was like, yep, people are going to be slicing their fingertips off with that stuff. So, did anyone bother to check with at least a reasonable level of safety? I mean, yeah, I don't want to be hyper pedantic about safety, but exposed blades in a position that will tend to allow you to apply excessive force is not really my idea of a great design. That bug. You want to die. Anyway, I don't know if the design was rectified or whether they just laughed and said, well, if you cut yourself on it, then you're not a proper tech. And fair enough, I go, alright, well, I'm willing to accept that I'm not a proper tech because I don't want to cut myself on that. -50, that's crazy. How does anything actually live at -50? Even the things that, exist there. How it's gonna be amazing that they can live at that temperature. The bug! Give me a bug. I sure hope this works. I didn't bother to test the screen. This one's actually not too bad. You get some, and when you scrape away all the grime that builds up in this groove, it can be pretty nauseating. Alright, battery flat. It's okay. No harm in seeing that symbol. We'll just check their charge port, see if it's okay. May as well do it while it's here. Camera. And looks like the automatic switcher is off. Come on, camera. There you go. Yeah, looks like the charge port's got some stuff in it. Yeah, Bob. Oh, thanks. Thank you.
The door doesn't open.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, just piece of wood. Damn it. Remote control, my goodness, I haven't touched that in a very long time now, unfortunately. Okay, we're charging at 2 amps, so that charge port is just dandy fine, and there we go, we're already booting up. When I do get back into radio control, I'll probably get a helicopter and a discus launch glider. They're almost, in many ways, two diametrically opposed types of radio control. Remotely interesting. What was your handle on RC groups? RC groups IC. I'm still on RC groups somewhere. All my threads are still on there. Alright. Okay, screen is behaving, so it's good. It's picked up the network, it's got the right time, it's charging. No worries, mate. And that will be that. Oh jeez, what's Lewis want now? Nope. Lewis can wait. Alright. Alright. Oh, Sarge! I remember you. Crikey. I remember doing... Didn't I do decals for you? Vinyl decals? What? Now I'm going to have to go back and check all the conversations. But yeah, I remember you, Sarge. Geez, that was a long time ago now, though. And it's like... It's got to be getting on 12 years at least. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. At least I had memories of who you were. Okay, well, we are done here. Looks like my iPhone 10 that was to be repaired did not arrive. All I've got is this box of goodies, which probably doesn't contain anything interesting. Hey, Hedgehog. Like most packages, I'll have high hopes for what might be in it, and they will be expertly dashed by what is in it. Alright, English. Yeah, just a bunch of screens. So what have we got? 6S batteries, 6S black, 7G black. Alright. That's just a restock for the weekend. That's just gone past. Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Sorry it wasn't interesting, but I figured at least I'll just get on for 10 minutes, even though it's been 45 minutes. That is way too long for the repair of an iPhone 6S. If I was working at a kiosk or something like that as an employee, I would have been fired 3 times over by now. But fortunately I work for myself, so yeah, who cares. Alright, I'm out of here. You all take care. I'll catch you later.